Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Miyako from Japan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome me back to my own channel. Sorry, I missed last week. I was not feeling well at all, and I just couldn't. But I'm back. I'm so happy that this time I get to do this. In the meantime, though, notice anything? Something changed, but that's okay. Anyway, Yoko is the best. Yay! Yoko さん、素敵ありがとうございます。Are we live yet? I'm finally live now. Should I move like here? Like, okay. Anyway, how are you? Let's wait for people to join. Recent big news here in Japan is, of course, North Korea. Do you see North? It says North. This first letter, North. Satellite. How do you say that? Observance? Basically, spying satellite launched. Failed. Missile technology. Urgently, second time will take place. And then there's the debris and so on. But yeah. Hey Yoko, hello. I feel like it's been a while. I'm still like my health state, I have ulcerative colitis and just every day I'm running, right? And it's blood. So like yeah, it's great that I'm alive though. And for me it's not like a long range, the inflammation that is like the range is not that big, but still I bleed, and that was like taking away my energy. And also like I was restricting my diet to to stop like or what's the word, like urge the or stimulate the inflammation, like I didn't want to make it worse, so I was taking out some foods, but then like, by that I lose energy. So but I'm finding a way to do well, so that's good. Good evening from Minnesota. Good evening, how are you? How are you feeling? I'm better, I think, a little. I got way better before, like a few weeks back. And then I thought to myself, like, oh, I can do this, And at the same time, it was like the rainy season was beginning to set in. So I'm like, I was feeling depleted. Like, I felt really like the moisture. What's that? Moisture? The It's really humid here. Oh, humidity. I'm forgetting English. Humidity was killing me. So then I craved for some hot foods and I had curry, and that was the worst idea ever. So since then, I've been suffering, but I'm better now. Anyway, so North Korea. Oh, this is a Q&A session, so ask me questions. Hopefully something regarding to what I put in the title, but we can talk about other things as well. It's cool that my hair is a little reddish. I like the color. But yeah, so North Korea launched this satellite, but basically they are simultaneously, experimenting their like a missile technology too. So it just depends on what they put on that missile. So like whether it's nuclear technology or whatever, they can use it for whatever. And this time they launch in a different direction, and also they are usually what's that, lofted, or I forget the way. ロフテッド軌道、英語では lofted trajectory. So they're launching with lofted trajectory usually, but I heard that it's different and so on. So it's only 9 people now. I think that people forgot about me. I'm on Twitter too, right? Like people can see me live now. If so, then I don't have to remind them. Okay, good then. Whew, it's hot though, but at the same time, I don't want my body to get cold, so I'm wearing long sleeves. Okay, good evening, good morning, Kyoko. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I'm better, a little bit better. Still bad, but good enough to have a live stream. So that's good. Thank you for asking. Hi there. I joined from Bangkok. Wow, nice. Thank you. I want to visit there one day. Yeah, there are less and less countries that I can visit though. I can't even go to Mongolia now. As I keep, telling you guys that Mongolia is supposed to be a independent democratic country, but now it's influenced by CCP so much that our friend is in prison right now, and he was sentenced to 10 years in prison, and he didn't commit any crime, but he was just captured one day, and he was detained, and he went through like secret trials, and they don't even show the evidence of him committing crimes, but they say that he committed a crime of like collaborating with a foreign agency, like the spying against CCP basically. And so he is, by that they don't show any evidence, like, or what they show is false, and but he is in prison right now, and that's happening. And there are other Mongolian people that are captured, and this prominent author was taken to Mongolia. No, from Mongolia to China by Chinese authorities, and he was arrested there, and so on. So, anyway, hi. It's kind of like, yes, I know. Well, my nose it's like nose area. Like my skin gets so dry. Sorry, I scratch it often. Yes, we saw on Twitter. That's good. How are you guys? Oh yeah, I saw Biden fall, by the way. That was dramatic. And then please stop doing that. I'm like, please stop doing that, because like it like China could easily use that as a meme, like internet meme, like uh, America falls or something like that. Because it looks like that, like Biden symbolizes the US, and I really want him to be standing up always, is just stand strong and firm and not fall. I believe that he was not injured though, so that's good. But politically speaking, I really am concerned about his health state. That there is, even though Trump should win, we don't know, right? Like there is, like we have to be open to any scenario, especially me coming from another country. And when I think about Biden winning again, that's one scenario. I don't know if you believe in that or not, and that's not the point. That if he does win, he can, like, his health state could decline, and then who comes in the position is Kamala Harris, and I don't want that to happen. That's like worse. I think she's worse than Biden. So Biden is just there, listening to all the workers, that are there to serve him, and so, you know, nothing goes wrong. But if Kamala Harris comes in, we don't know what's gonna happen. So humidity is bad here too. Oh, yeah. Is it like? I wonder if. Oh yeah, because if you're faced to the Pacific Ocean, I think. Is anything new happening in Japan? There was a typhoon that came from the south, and so it was hitting Okinawa. It was actually at the same time, the same timing as the North Korea launched or fired the satellite. So but anyway, so Okinawa, and then it kind of came closer to our island Kyushu, and then it went to the east. But due to that, there have been heavy rain, and I believe people have died, in Japan. There's like always, every time there's heavy rain, there is always somebody in Japan that says, "Oh, I'm gonna check the river," or "I'm gonna check the farm," and then they leave, right? And to go check, and then they get carried away by the water. So I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like we see all the time on TV, like somebody, like some people die like that. So like the government always says, like, don't do that. Even the media says that, don't do that, but people do that. So that's been happening. It's severe. Our rain is severe, but at the same time, I'm impressed by how firm our buildings are. That, like, that sort of heavy rain would usually just wash everything away in other countries, especially like Southeast Asian countries and so on. Like I see footage, of that's happening. But over here, like we've learned so much through the earthquake and everything, and so our buildings are actually very strong. So at least people are not like, we are not going to easily die. And also we know, of course, when it comes to the weather, we can see beforehand. So yeah, they evacuate and so on. But what was interesting about this time, this typhoon that approached Okinawa, was that North Korea was launching their satellites, and in Okinawa, I believe is it in Ishigaki City? Like they were supposed to deploy PAC-3, to counter strike their satellite if it comes our way. And they were supposed to be there, but it didn't because of the typhoon. Like they don't say clearly because it's defense stuff, and you don't want to reveal everything. But I hear that it's due to the typhoon. So weather is something to consider, I think, when it comes to war. So I think that Kim Jong-un also paid attention to the weather too, because you want to do that in, like, when the sky is clear and so on. Yeah. Good morning from Cape Town, South Africa. Wow. You're in South Africa? Kamala Harris is horrible. The passage of time. How many natural disasters does Japan have per year? So many, so many. Like we have, but the most that we pay attention to is earthquake. The biggest one is earthquake because it's really dangerous, And I guess it's same for Taiwan and so on. But yeah, like when I visited Taiwan, the the hotel building shook like so much. Like I was like, I woke up like this, like what? Because I was in the eighth floor or so, and so it was higher. So when the building is higher, you shake more. But anyway, yeah, in Japan there are many plates, in like underground, or how do you call that? Like plates, when those lands merge. And so we have many, so that's why we have that. And also we have volcanoes, so that happen. So earthquake and then heavy rain and typhoon. So it was, I think it was May 31st or so that the rainy season is set in here. So it's not heavy, like it's not raining today. It didn't rain yesterday either. Like I don't believe in global, is it global warming? I don't believe in that, but I do believe in, it's like I believe the earth is alive. So like all the patterns that we see is something that we humans have labeled, analyzing only the, like a parts of the whole nature, like a natural system. So Yeah, so I think that, there are things that we don't know about the earth or the nature. So sometimes things seem to be out of control, even though it's just living, as it should. And yeah. But anyway, so how many? I don't know. It's a seasonal thing. So usually natural disaster, right? So it should be like this season, usually in June to July or so we have heavy rain. So due to that, like over the past decade or so, or maybe more, but it's a recent thing that like the rain here started to be very concentrated, and then it's heavy but the same location. Usually like we expect the clouds just go like flow and go away, right, after a period of time, but it's intense and it lasts for a long time, and so the area is affected. And even our shrines are usually very powerful, it's a like spiritually speaking too, it's a like they our ancestors picked a great place. And I don't know if it was spiritual or that they chose a good place to build like each shrine. But um, yeah, even shrines break nowadays, and it's scary. And then September or so, I think August, just September, or I guess rainy season, from rainy season, like we have typhoons, and it often comes to our way. I think that's like from 3 to 5. I don't know, maybe 10 at most. Not too many, but still we get affected. Yes, not sure. Just but we don't have because it's for us. It's I guess all water, earthquake and water. But in for example, in I guess it's in California or Australia, it's the fire, right? So it's different here, I guess. It's the humidity. Trump is almost as old as Biden, and he keeps burning bridges with his political allies. So true. The Trump is old. I always forget. He's so powerful and high energy. Like he's more healthy, like healthier than me. That's crazy. Thailand is safe against so-called rockets, North Korea is saying, though we have daily risks of pickpockets domestically. Ah, I see. Yeah. But Thailand, man, I feel close to Thailand because Japan and Thailand were the only countries standing, when the World War II began. And yeah. Uh, oh boy. Yeah, we need to cooperate more. I was gonna say something, I forgot. Thailand. I recently, like, because my health is not very good, like my brain is not functioning too well. Like I can't go fast enough in my brain as I usually do. Um, Typhoon resistant, yes. お元気ですか? Mama です。Mama. そこそこですかね。Patriot. Pack 3, yes. Fault lines. What is fault lines? Japan is the land of natural disasters, but it has made the people very resilient. Yes, it's because of the natural disasters, that we became smarter, and also we worked on our technology and so on. And I think it's a bad move, when natural disaster occur in other countries, some like developing countries. What do you call that nowadays? They keep changing the term, wait, developing country is supposed to be good, right? I don't know, but those countries, that lack in technology and resources and so on, like they ask for help but they need to invest in all the technology and wisdom that they can learn from that disasters, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Like even like Middle East or so somewhere. Is it Turkey? Like they have earthquake too, and I see it's tragic, and I it's it's tragic, but like this one case, I think it was Turkey that they had this building and they somehow got rid of the what you call I forget the pillar 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 of like just to support the building, you know, the important thing. They got rid of that, so it crashed, you know, with the building. So that's, I guess that they have good rules, but some buildings are not, you know, they were, some buildings were built before the standards that they set recently. So yeah, but I guess that they are learning, so that's good, right? And we should share our understanding and information and so on, I think. So I guess for Japan, that means that that is our strength, but other countries could do that too. I was watching this TV show yesterday, by the way, on NHK, and it's nothing political. It's about just geography or history. You know, this famous guy named Tamori. He tour around Japan to see like very unique sites. And where was I going with this story? Uh, oh yeah, Oh yeah. I remember. So yeah, yesterday, so the man went to this island named Tanegashima of Japan, and that's where uh we first saw guns. You know, that's where guns arrived in Japan for the first time in 1543, I think. Um, yeah, and they were talking about how the one group bought two guns from Portuguese, I think, and but they had only two. But then they they, I guess, investigated the guns, like how it's structured and so on, and they just copied so many of them. So Japan at the time had the most guns in the world or something like that. Like they didn't go that far in the program, so I don't know. But I guess my husband was saying something like that. So even when Perry came to Japan with a cannon, you know, I think that was like seven vessels or so. America came in 1853, you know, knocking on our door, you know, like open up, right? And then they came in this huge ship, and Japanese people sneaked in on the ship, measured everything, and then created the same thing. So like our ancestors have had that sort of ability. So that's funny when you think about it. Uh-huh. Raining here for 2 weeks constantly. Wow. Wow, that's a long time. It used to be like that here too, but it like the past 2 3 years, I feel like the last year was weird because there was, of course, the rainy season, right? And then the ministry said that it ended, right? And the within the rainy season last year, it was not really raining, and then after they said that it ended, it started to rain so much that they had to modify what they said before. Like they changed, you know, their declaration that, oh, it was actually longer than we said, and so on. Like even our experts cannot understand what's going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. let's see. There are not many people, so I guess I can read everything. But at the same time, I need super chat. I missed last week, and also I'm working on something very very important. I still can't tell you what it is, but my husband and I are working on something and using our money. So it'll be helpful if you can help us with super chat. Okay. Anyway, Japan's self-defense force helicopter crash down incident is still in smoke. I think, as well as past Abe incident, is nothing clear at all. I think both of them will not be clear forever. Abe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The helicopter crash and Abe incident. Right, 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 right. Yes. Yeah, that's so. I guess that as for the helicopter crash, they are investigating the data and so on. But yeah, it's weird. But if it's like some people say that, like, think about the possibility that the helicopter was attacked by CCP or something. But if you think about that, then people, like the local people, would have heard the sound, but there was no sound like that. So that's not the case. So, and I hear that the helicopter was flying very, very low. So, but what I saw on the internet, it's on the internet. So I don't know how accurate that is. Like, it can be false, but there was somebody showing the information that, um like years back, there was somebody that cut the lines of helicopters, like inside a wiring, like somebody cut the wiring and so on. And so I don't know, anything could happen though. But if it's some kind of case like that, then it's really really serious. Yeah. Especially because, like, they were looking at areas in the south which is very important for the future, like near future, uh military situations, like Taiwan Straits and just CCP coming into our Senkaku Islands and so on. Okinawa prefecture is very important, and they were watching around there and they crashed. So of course, yeah, it's we gotta pay attention. The problem of Japanese conservatives, though, is that it's good that nowadays, like I talk to you guys, right? Like talk to Americans mainly, and there are some others like you guys too. And I do this because I speak English and I believe in my role. But other people, other conservatives, they don't even speak English, and they just collect information through other people, and then, but they're and they talk about the US and so on. That's great, but at the same time, there are not many people working on Okinawa problems, and the leftists here are working very hard on Okinawa problems. So they know what to do, but not the right side. People on the right side, they just, like, especially recent years, they people on the right just jump on what's hot, like hot topics, to get views or money, or to get fame or something like that. Like it has become like a business, just an easy business, like a clickbait business, and it's in a political field as well, especially among the right side. So I'm like, can people just be political, and work on all these issues that we have, like for me, my main focus is on CCP, so that's what I do with my husband. And in addition to that, I pay attention to the US because I do understand English, to a certain degree. So yeah, but people, hmm, they just like whatever they feel like doing. Do you pay attention to English Twitter? There was an uproar about some school in Japan bringing in a drag queen. Normal or not normal? Not normal. Not normal. Yeah, somebody sent me that news, but I'm like, it really, Jap- for Japan, it's just like, for example, New York is liberal, California is liberal, Texas is conservative, just like that. Over here in Japan, some areas occupied by communists, or other places are occupied by like Chinese people, like they have the community and so on. So it depends on where, so like Hokkaido, for example, is known to be very red. And Okinawa, the governor, the people are conservative, but the governor is very, very left. So we have that sort of characteristics. And so I don't know where that school is, but it really depends on the certain area usually. But of course, like the fundamentally, the left's push for LGBTQ has gone stronger. But the weird thing is, in Japan is very advanced with LGBTQ already, that they have mingled in our society so well that it's so weird to urge the understanding. Like, we don't know about their life, the life struggles and so on. That's something that we don't hear, so we are happy to hear about that. But as for the existence and presence of them, it's already here. It's been here for a long, long time. So that sort of push is, is weird and not normal in that sense too, because we already are living with LGBTQ type of people here. But we just don't have the new kind of transgender guys that, or I don't know what they are, transgender people in America. Like, I see on social media often that they have beard and makeup and so on, like that sort of type. Our fashion here is different. People usually go for clean look. And so, yeah, transgenders don't look in the middle. They look a certain way. So I guess that's the better way for them to mingle in this society too. So, like, we don't even think about it, because they are with us so well. But yeah, I was at the haircut place. Obviously, I cut my hair the other day. And when you go to a, like, for women though, I don't know about guys, but when you are female and go to a haircut place or hair salon, um they usually give you a few magazines to kill time, right? And then I I never, like, for myself, I never read like female fashion magazines, because I'm just not interested in that sort of stuff. But because it was there, and out of curiosity, I opened the fashion magazine in front of me. And then I I went to like the page 12. Then I see this woman that doesn't look like a model, but trying her best. And then there was like all this interview article, and I'm like, who is this? I read and read and see that she represents like No Youth, No Japan, or something like that, like the organization name. And that name alone was like weird to me. And then like it got on my radar, and then she was talking about how female candidates should be more, there should be more female candidates in the political elections. And I'm like, oh. And it's a fashion magazine, okay? And then I read more, and then I just felt like, oh, this is like so communist. So I looked her up, and she doesn't seem to be communist, but people are wondering if she has ties with the Japanese Communist Party. And also I learned that the female that was in the fashion magazine was the female that collected many signatures to protest against our former prime minister named Yoshiro Mori, who made this inappropriate claim about women. Like he was the top of the Olympics committee, and he said that when he has meetings with women included, women talk long and blah blah blah. So then the claim of him became controversial and became a problem. But females do talk long in meetings and they often derail. Like I know I'm a female myself, and I have a hard time talking to females because they don't think logically. They speak emotionally, and they care about connecting and sharing things. Like guys, men have a different way of talking, and of course, seeing from former Prime Minister Mori's place, females talk long and it's probably not logical and so on. And he just said it out loud. Of course, that's not appropriate to say it out loud in public, but you know where he's coming from. But this lady on that magazine, she collected many signatures and so on. And it's on the magazine, and I looked through everything on the magazine, and towards the end of the magazine, because it's June, right? They have this section for LGBTQ, and they show the polls, like how people are looking at this controversy and so on. And then the last page, oh yeah, and they had like two leftists talking points. Two leftists were there as experts, right, explaining about LGBTQ. Oh, this is about what's happening in Japan, and in G7 countries, Japan is the only one that's left alone, left behind, which is not true. Um, and so they talk that their talking points were all there on the magazine, fashion magazine. And then I look at the last page of that section, and it says that in order to pass the legislation of LGBTQ, what can we do? Like what can we do? And they have the list of what they could do, or they what they can do to legalize LGBTQ. I mean, pass LGBTQ legislation, and then they had 10 things, and one of them was like, let's try to, sign for a petition. Another was, let's let's just give it a try to participate in the LGBTQ event. I'm like, what? Like you don't even understand, and you just force people, like you are encouraging people to just sign for the petition and just to participate just to see. Like, it's so dangerous politically speaking. But it's on our magazine, and I just lost words. Like I was like at the haircut place, I was like so disturbed, like what is this, but no, there's no doubt that it's a fashion, and it's a trend nowadays. It's like just like you wear something on your body, you say like, yeah, LGBTQ, you do that to look cool or look nice in the society, right? But that's not how politics works. So like I'm so frustrated with stuff like that. Is Trump popular in Japan? Yes, very much. Of course, the leftists hate him, but there are many fans in Japan. Me included. Hi, Yoko. Hi. How many comments are here? Oh, kind of many. Oh, Super Chat. Let's go to Super Chat. Thank you so much. Oh, man. I've never seen that. Tsar. How do you read that? 通貨。Czar? Is it czar? ラント。へえ。Cool. That's so cool. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. Wow, nice. Super sticker. I can't see on here. StreamYard should do a better job to reflect, YouTube. But thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you for super chat, Shane. Thank you so much. China is a big ship. We can't stop it, but we can steer it into the rocks. I have a plan. You have a plan? That's awesome. Yeah. Steer. Like I hope I'm understanding it right. Okay. Steer. Yes. It's I was very surprised to read some articles about how China is doing um with their technology for space, like their space technology is way more advanced than we expect. And I believe somebody came back from their station, and yeah, and they started in 2009 or so, but then they rapidly advanced their technology. And in 19 was it 2019, they went to the moon, was it, and they collected something from the moon the next year. And in 2030, I think they are hoping to land, like send an astronaut on the moon. So bless you. My husband has been sneezing for a few days now. Should I be concerned? Thank you so much for your super chat again. Thank you. Should I be concerned? Oh, super chat, thank you. You guys are so nice. The founders should have written a well-protected public being necessary to the security of a free state. The duty of the people to keep and bear arms shall be enforced. Ah, I'm just reading to make sure I got that right. Cool, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I guess why is like old things like all things have abstract meanings often and I guess it's good that we can change things around by how you read it, but yeah, at the same time it's confusing. Oh, thank you, Eric. Always thank you for your super chat. Miss you last week, Yoko. Love your hair. Thank you. Mine is red naturally. What? That's so efficient. You don't have to dye. I mean, some people dye to black and brown, so man, but I really like red hair. Like when I watch TV shows and so on, usually I'm drawn to like red hair people. So I'm man, I'm jealous. That's awesome. Hope you and your family are well. Any new thoughts or opinions about Vivek Ramaswamy? Um, I actually have an American friend who is a liberal, so I asked him what he thinks of Trump and DeSantis, and then I asked him about Vivek, and he didn't know about Vivek. And I'm like, oh, you should check him out. He's smart and intellectual, and he's charismatic. So I said that, but yeah, I don't see information about him. What should I do? Like, should I follow? I'm following him on Twitter and so on, but like just the media, of course, like to talk about Trump, because Trump becomes number and the number becomes money, so it's good business for the media. So they keep talking about Trump, and DeSantis because it disturbs his position. But I never hear stuff about Vivek, so I'd rather want to know how things are. Oh, the secret is Shiba. Good. Yeah. And it was interesting when I asked my friend about Trump and DeSantis. He said, like, I didn't expect that. Like, DeSantis seems to be like, because I don't know him very well, and the DeSantis impression for me is very, it's like such a politician, use laws well to fight, with the social problems. And I do see all the uh his achievements and so on, but there's something that I haven't been following. It's about the Disney, and I'm not following that at all, so I don't know anything. But my friend was talking about Disney, and he was pointing out that how DeSantis is handling the Disney case is not very smart. That it shows that DeSantis doesn't have the the knowledge, or like he just doesn't know how to get around with it. Like people think that he wins, but he can't win that way and stuff like that. He was saying stuff like that. But Trump could win against stuff like that. So even though my friend doesn't like Trump, like he knows how well Trump is when it comes to all this type of fights. So that was interesting that, even liberal people can see that in Trump, that Trump is actually good at all this business and political battles and so on. So that was very interesting. And yeah, I don't know if my friend is right on that, but yeah, it's about tactics, I guess. Like my friend was saying that you should, like, he should have, DeSantis should have just passed a law to solve everything as a result, instead of saying like, oh, let's destroy this. So that was interesting. And yeah, my friend also said that um Trump is charismatic, but DeSantis doesn't have it. And that's something that sometimes I can see even from another country, but sometimes I can't see because I'm not American. So yeah, and I couldn't tell. But DeSantis to me is like such a politician, and just like, in a way, like Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio one day tried to be like Trump, and remember, like, when he made this awkward joke with his hand, I think, like, there was a time that Rubio tried Trump's way, and it didn't work because it's only allowed for Trump, right? So just like that, DeSantis, even though DeSantis is using some of the talking points of Trump, and he's on the foundation of what Trump have created, but it's like he's so different. So, and some people find that, well, like, find that as a good thing, and other people don't, and that's what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, but Vivek, man, I hope there will be more information. Oh, thank you for your additional super chat. Thank you so much. It helps so much. Thank you. Like, man, you have no idea how much it costs to go to a haircut place. Man, expensive. Why is it? Six one 160, no, 160,000. So 160 bucks or so for me. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, so Vivek is only polling around 3%, but that's about the same as Trump was polling at this time in 2015. Vivek's podcast is great. I would recommend it to anyone. Oh, okay. He has podcast. I should listen to that. I will take a note. I have a notepad here. Doesn't allow me to make a new one. I will just remember. Okay, thank you for telling me that. I should do that. Yeah. Well, recently, by the way, I applied for our like social welfare thing. Um, I have ulcerative colitis, and my clinic fee has been very expensive because I keep going back, and like I have to use expensive one. So then the doc said that I should apply for this program to cut my expense for 10% more. Right now I'm paying only 30% of the whole fee because we have health insurance, for everybody here. And mine is 30%. But by that, if I get approved, then it's 20%. Still, like I'm using like $100 a month just to get medicine and so on. So it's all expensive here. So that's why I really appreciate every single one of you that come to this stream to boost my channel, and also all the people that kindly give me your super chat. It really helped. Really, really helped. Thank you. Let's see, where should I read? Yeah, I want to see your reaction. Yeah. Yoko looks like an elegant Californian today. Thank you. This is actually, I think, H&M. H&M is in Japan too. So it's from here, I think. I got this in 2018 or so, I think. So how many years am I wearing this? I usually buy cheap clothes and then wear it for a long time. It's a weird mixture. People buy cheap clothes and then keep changing, or buy an expensive clothes and then wear for a long time. I'm like neither of them. Buy cheap and wear for a long time. But I had to get work clothes too because I need it soon. So much expense. Anyway, I like DeSantis, but rather him stay at the state level. I don't trust him on foreign policy, right? Much prefer Trump than Vivek for president. Huh. And Vivek. Really? Oh, and Vivek, guys. Yeah. DeSantis. Yeah, I never. Did you guys hear about DeSantis' foreign policy? I never get to see that. Where can I find? I gave it a shot to listen to his first speech after his declaration, and I didn't hear a thing. It was all about the achievement in Florida. And I'm like, coming from another country, like, that's not what I want to hear. Like, already know all this, like how he did everything in Florida. I want to hear about how he is willing to tackle all these issues in the world, because the world today is very complex. Yeah, like we have CCP, we have Russia, North Korea is developing the technology so much. You guys have the Iran issue, and the world is divided between the free world versus authoritarian regimes. For Japan, CCP is coming after Taiwan or simultaneously. So many issues. 54 minutes. I wonder if we are going out today. just checking the weather. This is how I check my weather. Just look above, because there's a window there. Um, I saw a bit old news about Japanese onigiri shop. It's hot because tastes nice, healthy fast food at reasonable price versus market in the big US. It's like New York, LA is scrap. Uh, yeah. I mean, Japanese stores or restaurants, we have lots of different profession. So Japanese culture is interesting because, um, like like it's weird when you look at like Europe and so on. You know, in Japan, there are restaurants that are focused on pasta or pizza or burger, and it's all like something specific. There are places like that, and onigiri too. Like the Japanese spirit is something like it concentrates on something, you know, and we work very passionately about this one thing, and then we go all nerdy about it and develop all the technology and also gain all the wisdom, and that's what we do. But I hear that that's not the case overseas, so yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, but I don't know about Mac and so on. Mm. Choo, choo, choo. Alright, should I read like around here? DeSantis is very good at fighting the left in his state. He has been smacking down Disney very well. It's funny to leftists get so mad at how well he has fought Disney. Oh, interesting. Ron is very tuned into the culture war in America. Trump's weak point is he's not tuned into that very well. Yeah. When you look at that, then I'm with Trump. Culture war is actually for me the I have priorities, you know, in my head when it comes to politics, and the culture war is a little down. And for me, it's about the foundation, like the physical things, you know, like national security and economy and so forth. And culture, of course, it's very important, very important. You know, it's tied with our customs and education in general. And of course, we can't ignore, but hmm, like because we have limited resources and time, so and we have all this problem, so like where should we start, you know? So yeah, but that's good though that he is fighting against all the problems. Like, it puts Japanese people in a weird place though, of course, like when it comes to, for example, the mermaid movie, you know, I've never seen it, so Little Mermaid, the movie, the human movie, the real one is done by a black lady, I think, and that it became controversial and so on. And Japanese people too are saying like, oh, that's, you know, the point of making it into like this type of films is supposed to be that it looks like that animation, right? So people are seeing that, and also same for the is it Cleopatra, Egypt, about that movie too, that it's supposed to be a white lady, or it's not white, it might not be white but not like black or something like that, right? So I see all these perspectives from Japan too, which is very logical, and I am with them too. But at the same time, Japanese people have plays, you know, we cosplay or we do all this stages, you know, like in like plays. and so on, and we make our own works. And like, we are kind of doing it too. We are Asian and we are trying to be white and so on. We do that too. So like, there are Disneyland here, NC in Japan, and there are Japanese people acting, right? So it's kind of interesting when you think about it. But I guess that the Disney problem, like, I don't know about the Disney problem, as I said earlier. Is it about LGBTQ or race? I don't know. I should look into that. Hmm. Disney is still quite profitable in Florida. DeSantis let Disney World reopen a year before California let Disneyland reopen. Yeah, like, it's about economy, or related to economy. Capitalize on his boring personality by saying he's going to avoid drama and focus on taking care of business. Ah, right, right. If you want endless personal drama, vote for Trump. If you want an adult who will focus on taking care of business, but it's decent. Vote. Yeah. That's an approach he could use. Yeah. Hmm. He isn't just an adult, he's a neocon who served as a Navy JAG and an interrogator at Guantanamo Bay. Gundam override, just like with college, the more the government gets involved, the more expensive it will become. Oh, you're talking to Gundam, I think. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, still hard to see the presidential race. Yeah, I really want Vivek. Like, I'm interested in Vivek, because he's very accurate, and he's the way that he delivered his message. It was just eye opening. Like, wow, if you have a young, very charismatic leader like that, that could be really, like, it could stimulate the world. Like, it can shake up the world so much. So yeah, but at the same time, I really liked Trump era too. Like, like, Trump's policies were very clear and logical. Like, it made sense to people like us here in Japan, and we like. And also, what's amazing about Trump is that he actually listens. The left sees him as a dictator or whatever, the bigot and the racist and so forth. But he isn't racist to us Japanese, and he listened to our former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and he, like, for example, free and open Indo-Pacific strategy, something that Abe came up with. The former idea was diamond security dialogue, and he posted that on Project Syndicate, and then he brushed it, and it became a free and open Indo-Pacific strategy, and Trump got on it too. And then from there, like, Trump was already saying all the, battle against CCP too. He pointed out all the problems coming from China, and he kept talking about China. And that's something that the US should be doing now, because, for example, China, as I said, they are investing in space so much, and they are very advanced, and it's not only the hegemony of the world, like on Earth, but in space today. And so, like, this battle, like, you have to make sure that you win against China. Now China has many allies, for them. And even the UN doesn't work. And of course Trump was against it, and I guess he walked out. But still, like, we want to pass something, And if it was back in the day, everybody would listen to the US, but today they listen, like small countries that are bribed by China, they listen to China. And we can't even deal with Russia well because of that. So we have problems like that, and I really want a strong leader from America. Yeah. Hmm. He's a neocon, pro-Ukrainian war intervention. Is that, if you use that as a measurement, then I don't know. Where did you hear about North Korean spy satellites? It's on the news. Like, it's on the news, our front page. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's the North Korean stuff is all we talk about now. I think that has been, yeah. With Donald, at least he has a track record with other worldly leaders. That's so true. And like, we we have information about Trump too. Yeah, so that's easy to work. Like DeSantis, we have no idea how he is. I love I would love to see beat Takashi Kitano interview and ridicule American politicians. Huh. I actually, when I was it was my tactic, but I cosplay as a high school girl or something. Like I wore the uniform, school uniform, and made a fun video, cheering up for Trump, right? And around that time, I used to get on media sometimes, and I went on this nationwide TV program one day here, and I actually talk about Takeshi Kitano because he is so much like Trump. Yeah, like everybody knows who he is here, and he's popular, he's fun, and also he's very like powerful in his statement and so on. And so I kind of compared Trump with Mr. Kitano. Yoko number one, yay! Came back from my trip to Japan recently. Wow, my city is a dump compared to this place. Really? I mean, I see all this footage of New York City subway, and it frightens me. I don't think, like, I do want to go to America again someday, but I never want to just travel by ourselves. Like I want to be with American people, and also protected. Being like, I am too scared. Uh, hmm. Yoko-san, what do you think next Trump strategy to win next election and to avoid the same big incorrection? Oh, I think that the way, in order for Trump to win, I think that he has to be speaking to like independent type of people and also moderate leftists. I think that Trump's policies actually contain like it can like his policies can be supported by like non-republican people, to my eyes. Like I'm Japanese and I support Trump, and that's because like he is actually working on the core problems of things. and it doesn't matter the ideology, but he somehow, like his fans are there already, and they will just tag along like wherever he goes, right? But he is somehow still investing in his fan base, so I feel like he should speak to like a different group of people too, like not directly, but like it can he should make his message clear yet kind of broad. I think that like we already know what kind of direction that Trump wants to go. Like he doesn't have to emphasize that, even though some people still want to hear it to feel good. But I don't think that Trump's already repeated enough. So for him, he just needs to act cool, and then people will actually open up for him. I think because we can see all the threats about China, about North Korea, or Iran, or whatever that you see, or the borders. Like you see that, like literally, you can see that, and you don't have to like emphasize. But so if he does that, the problem is that because the problem for him that I see is that is the labels by the media, by the left. And I think that it it kind of made him stronger before, but I think that now is like a next stage that he I think he can just kind of ease it and just be like an experienced president, because he is like he has done it before, and he doesn't have to appeal so much like, hey, look, like this is what I did when I was the president, and then Biden did this to change that, so I'm gonna do this. So just state like that and people will see. I think because like Trump time was actually good for Americans, the economy was good, and the American presence was good in the world, believe it or not. And we were happy about the US having a strong leader because it shows stability. Like with Biden, we're like very anxious. We don't know where the world is going, and the policies of Biden administration is like, I don't know, it's good, but it's kind of like not enough. And like it's in the middle, or like that's the impression that I have in general. So mm, it's so gradual, and but we don't have time. So yeah, but anyway. Cleopatra was funny because both of the countries of Greece and Egypt pointed out that Cleopatra was Macedonian and therefore that's so funny. Yeah. Isn't it awkward? I didn't really feel like I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the actress, but at the same time, maybe the actress is like, no, right? I don't know. Oh man, it's been already an hour. Mm, the problem of Cleopatra is they're passing it off as a documentary. Ah, it would be like Ieyasu Tokugawa being played by Brad Pitt and the director saying like this documentary. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. Like, with documentary documentaries, you should never do that. Right, right, right. That's a great example. Like that's a great example. Yeah. The Japanese people, we know Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is so popular. Tom Hanks and the Die Hard guy. I don't know the name. um Yeah, people like that. Some Hollywood stars are so famous here. Let's see. Yoko, you got angry with pro North Korean propagandists on Twitter the other day. Did I? I'm always angry. I don't know when I. Um, I wonder which one. Notice me Trump senpai video. Yes. Oh, that's how you found me? Huh. Man, I need to get back to making videos, but I don't know. I need to first get stronger and healthier. Um, New York City is a garbage hole. Isn't it interesting that it's always like even Chicago is dangerous, right? Isn't it the most dangerous place in the US? 言ってない、言っていいの？ So New York City, a garbage hole, right? Chicago, dangerous. It's all liberal places. And people are flooding into Florida and Texas. I'm like, why don't people just notice, you know? Like if you open up the border or, if you have a sanctuary city, then everything become out of control. Like it's why is why isn't that like a common sense? I don't know how people don't see that. Mm. In Tokyo, even the rats are polite and don't show up at all. That's so true. Like in Osaka too, like a long time ago when I was in university, I saw a video on YouTube. There was already YouTube, it was still early days, but my friend showed me a video of I think Osaka, like Shinsaibashi or some station, and then they opened the hole. What do you call that in English? No. And the Google translates as manhole. I'm like, no, a maintenance hole, maintenance hatch, manhole. Oh, you do say manhole. That sounds wrong. Anyway, yeah, open up the thing and then why is it cockroach? Why is it called? Yeah, cockroach. But it's Japan though. So yeah, I was surprised, but usually they are polite and they never come out. You love DJT Donald J Trump. That's cool. Mm-mm-mm. Even here in the UK, we are talking about the North Korea satellite. It's all over NHK International News and BBC. Yeah, I like BBC. Like they cover things from Asia very well. Like so great. Oh, super chat. Iran is the real threat. The rest is diversion. The thing about Iran is Japan is our relation is not bad. So, mm, I don't really know what to say from my position. Let's see. Oh yeah, Blue's Wheels. Yes, yes. Tom Cruise was great in The Last Samurai. Yeah, he did okay. The problem with me is that people say that he's handsome, and I don't see that in him. So like that bothers me all the time that I can't concentrate in a movie. Like I'm always battling in my head when I look at him as a star of the movie. I'm like, is he really handsome? I'm like, is he is he supposed to be handsome? But he's supposed to be short too, right? But oh, he's tall in this scene. How did they do that? Like I'm always thinking when I look at him. So like for me, it's not good. Because so much distraction. But anyway, yeah. But it was a good movie though, and Ken Watanabe did a great job. And I didn't really see the kiss at the end, with Koyuki. I don't know the role name, but I think it was Koyuki or something like that. The actress. Um. uh, anyway, anyway, I remember the story of the Japanese BLM sympathizer. Yeah, I wonder where they went, and where is BLM, by the way. Like, yeah, it's gone. Like, but when Trump comes back, like if Trump comes back in White House, then BLM will come back too, and so will all this what you call, like women's march people too. Teaming up with LGBTQ kind of people. It's all about anti-Trump movement and not the topic itself. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Every city is dangerous too. All run by leftists. Oh no! But they're not armed though. Would they be? Are they supposed to be like happy, unarmed, peaceful people? They should, leftists should represent what they, push ideology wise. That they seek for peace and they are against racism. So then they should stop being violent and hostile and aggressive and just be peaceful, and then yeah, stop fighting. But they do the opposite. They beat up people, they put a fire, they vandalize even stores. Hmm. Tom Cruise is a cool guy. He met Ronald Reagan when he was young. Cool. Yeah, I liked the the original Top Gun. That was good. Like in that movie, he was good looking, I think. I should pay attention to the whole movie, not about the looks of him, but yeah, I could get that in the movie. After that, I don't know. But there was this AI generated video of him, by the way, that I encountered on Twitter one day. Like recently, I saw the it was based on Tom Cruise, and then but it was AI, but the videos like he was speaking and walking around, tripping down a little bit, and then come back right back, and then keep walking and so on. You look He looked real. Visited Chicago and died 9 times. What? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. They went bankrupt. Yeah, because the top lady, she used all the money. Not all, probably, but I'm getting hungry. Oh, moderator? No, I don't have any moderator. I I'll think about that. I should have someone. Anyway, oh, it's been an hour and a half. I should go. I couldn't read, like, I skipped like a whole big chunk. Hmm? What's called? Whole, the big part. Just scrolling up. Scrolling up. Oh, I forgot to say what my husband told me to tell you. So I wasn't sure. Didn't say because I didn't know I was okay to reveal our schedule. But from tomorrow to Saturday, so from Monday for us, Monday to Saturday, we will be in Tokyo. So like the entire week we will be in Tokyo, so that's why we need money. But of course, it's political activities, and we're doing something very interesting, and it's a great new steps, like actually a few different steps forward, and really happy about how we are stepping up, like yeah, cooperating with many different type of people, going higher on the level. So yeah, but it's like 5 nights in Tokyo, and we pay everything by ourselves for political activities. And I know that we should think about how to get some kind of money and you know keep running what we do, but we it's just my husband and I, two of us, and it's not like we're an organization. So yeah, we have to do something about it. But in the meantime, I really am counting on my viewers. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I do these live streams, that if you have questions I want to answer, and if there's anything that I can help, I want to do that, like it's a mutual thing. So, yeah, yep, yep. When you start at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, you are going to get fewer people. Hmm? Eastern Time? Oh, you mean like in America? Yeah, like my health state is not good. So like when I wake up is the worst. I feel really, really sick, and I have to go to the bathroom many times, and I bleed, and it's awful, and it takes a while for me to like calm down. So, but restarted like Pilates, and then also I had stopped taking protein powder because it contained is it flour or wheat? How do you wheat? Yeah, it had wheat. So like I wasn't sure, but started to take that again yesterday and today, and I feel better because I have power now. So yeah, but it takes a while because I need to move my body to get to a good state, and so it takes hours. And even though I woke up in the morning, I was concentrating to get ready. And yeah, I think that for another month or so, I think that my it will probably take a while for me to fully recover to how I was before. Like this disease is something that you can't cure. It's sad. I don't know. But yeah, for me to fully function, it's gonna take a while. So please bear with me. Yeah. Oh, you should learn Japanese. Yes, yes. Enjoy the rest of your day, Yoko. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming. Have a safe trip. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's enjoyable, Yoko. We appreciate you wanting to talk to us Americans. Yes, of course. Right now, 2:30. Wow, you gotta go to sleep. Thank you for hanging out with me, even though it's late there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. 1:30 p.m. No, it's 3:40 p.m. What? Thank you for making the time to share with us. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Okay. I hope you feel better quickly. Thank you. Me too. Have a nice night. Yeah, you guys have a great, good sleep. You can please stay. Gotta go. You're making it hard for me too. You, you are like, good to see you again, Yoko. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. You just gave so many comments. I know, right? I jumped onto the super chat like, "Ah!" Sorry, sorry, and I can't even find the big part. Yeah, I will. But next week, so it will be the next day that I come back from Tokyo. So I might be dead from like not literally dead, but like I might be exhausted, and I don't know how my body will be by then. Hopefully better, because I hope that you know we will have a great time in Tokyo. Politics wise, I really hope that things will work out. So maybe when I come back, I have great news for you. Great news to share with you. So hopefully, so come back next week, and let's hope that I will be feeling better so that I can share everything that I did in Tokyo. Yes. No dying allowed. Yes, yes. God bless you. Good to see you. Bye. Thank you. So come back next week. Hopefully, I'll get to share many things with you. Okay, so have a good night, or if you're from other places, have a great day. Okay, bye bye.